Good evening. Welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends. And I'm Dee.
And I'm Aisha.
And thanks for tuning in today, this evening. And we are welcome. I can't believe Aisha's here on time today. So
You blowed up my spot.
well, you know what? It's just been a long time coming.
Yes.
You know. We've been waiting for you to be here.
I've been trying my best.
I know you have.
Traffic and late time at work. So
I know you did it, but you're here.
I'm excited.
And
Yep.
You're going to be my co-host today.
Finally.
You know, my partner in crime.
Finally.
And we're just going to be sharing some more information.
Yes.
We missed you last week.
I know. Family
Yeah.
emergency, but
I
everything
know.
is good.
Yeah, well, that's all
I'm happy to
good.
be here tonight with everyone.
But we did some stuff, and
Awesome.
we shared some real good information. It was all about autoimmune.
Cool.
Okay, and diseases and what have you. And I think it was really actually one of our best, even though you weren't here.
One of your best
But-
without
Oh my
Tell it
goodness.
like it is. You know how I tell it like it is.
Okay.
But it's okay, because it just gets better and
No, but
better
that's
each
good.
week.
Okay.
You know, so, you know, and we're going to talk a little bit about, you know, you want to share about, well, how was your week?
My week was very busy.
Very busy?
Yeah, but I look forward to Friday because I know they were to come, and I'm excited that I'm here tonight.
Yeah, it's so cool, you know. And we have a few people here today. It was a few. I miss my girl Tanisha and Juanita. They were cool. They were really cool. You know, we had fun last week. You know,
Okay.
but you know, have a new
We're gonna
set
have
of
fun
friends.
tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight, and life's good. And
Yes.
you know, I had a busy week too. I went to Delaware,
Okay.
and
During this week?
no, on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, on Saturday, and then we did a business meeting there.
Cool.
And it was really a lot of information about our wellness.
You're a
and
busybody
company.
anyway, so.
Yeah, I am. I can't help that.
There's always someplace. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Really
And then
good.
after I came back, I had a dinner party for Tanisha because Tanisha was like celebrating her birthday. I
Okay.
think she celebrated a whole month.
Oh, man.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness. Well, that's the way you go, you know.
Well, it should be like that.
Yeah,
Celebrate
you-
every day life.
Well, you're all young, so you be doing
I don't
your
mean that
thing.
we can still celebrate every day.
Well, I do celebrate too. I can't
Okay.
wait for mine.
Why
But the
not?
thing is, you know, so I was tired though. By the time, because we went to Delaware for the day, we left at what 7:30 in the morning, and then
Yeah, drove?
we took a bus. We took one of our
Okay.
partners rented a bus, and
Okay.
we went on out. And so I was able to sit, but I couldn't sleep. Too much noise, too much aggravation.
Too much activities.
And too much, I was excited.
Excitement.
Yeah, I was excited. But we met a few people. They were
Cool.
coming from corporate and what have you. It was really, you missed it. You have to come
I
next
know
year.
what
Oh,
that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I remember.
Oh, yeah, now,
Oh, I have my
yeah.
own, family.
I
It was
know.
someone's 65th birthday, so I celebrated that.
Okay.
A good friend of my grandmother's growing up, so couldn't miss that.
No.
Seen a lot of people I haven't seen, in a while, so it was really, awesome.
Okay.
There were some happy, happy tears that were shared because, just seeing people get older and still living good, and it's a blessing to see that. So I was very.
Yeah.
I wish I was there, but I was somewhere
That's
else just as
okay.
well.
Next time.
Yeah, next
Well, we
time.
got some other events, and we're going to discuss
Okay,
it
keep me
and
posted.
share it
I wanna come.
on the, I think it's on the 11th. We're going to have something.
Yes.
And
They
so,
sent me,
yeah,
a
yeah,
card,
at the
so
store. So we're
we'll be
going to
promoting that later,
Yeah,
so.
we definitely have to promote that. And oh, you didn't want to get scanned today.
No, because
Right.
my last scanning was awesome.
Yeah.
I've been. I don't want to. I want to stay happy.
Because we had explained a little bit about the scanner, and it's about the internal age
Okay.
and what have you.
We're gonna
and-
scan today.
Well, I scanned a couple of our friends.
Okay.
you know, and we had some pretty good results.
Are you going to
So
scare
maybe
me
a little-
live?
No, no, I'm not scaring you live. No, no, no,
You're
because you
fine.
didn't want to get scanned.
No.
I said, you
Maybe
know.
later, maybe later. I don't know.
Okay, we'll see. But we have a couple other friends coming. They may
Okay.
be a little late too, but because that's one of the requirements. You got to be scanned, and then you also have to have your passion, the passion for
it's
life.
two of these requirements.
Yes,
You got to have a
that's it,
passion
you
and
know.
get your scan. So.
You know, it's important. You need
No,
to
it
know
is,
where
it
you
is.
stand.
Yeah.
You know, where your body is and how you're feeling and make you feel better.
At least know the
you
condition that you're in right now to know if you got to make improvements or if you're okay, you know, at your AGE level, at, you know, what it currently is.
Right.
Pretty much nobody is at a good AGE level when they first get scanned, unless you are already taking care of yourself properly. But those
Exactly.
usually, not many of those. So.
Well, no, there's a lot of people trying to do things for themselves
so
right now.
if we have some good reads, that's good.
Yeah, well,
I'm encouraging that.
a lot of people that are vegans and watching how they prepare their foods.
I know they always scan pretty well.
Yeah,
so
they do pretty good, you know, and exercise and
the stuff that I need to go do.
yeah,
again,
yeah,
so.
all of us. Yeah. Try to get ourselves back in
Yeah.
order, you know, and that's what this is all about, you know,
know.
giving us healthy alternatives
Yes.
and just preparing our bodies so that we can live the best lives, you know, and I know myself.
Are you the only one?
But I'm doing better. I'm doing better, and actually I scanned myself, and I've gotten better because
She's still
I'm getting
going
more-
down.
No, yeah, well, you know
I'm
what?
still going down.
No, I had gone up because I
Okay.
stopped sleeping well.
That's
you
why I
know?
said I don't want to get scanned.
Yeah.
I already know my sleeping has been, and this has been, like I said, busy weekend with the baby. He hasn't let me sleep how, you know, we used to. So
Yeah, he's very active.
very busy.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, you
It's
know.
okay. I love it.
Well, tonight we're going to be talking about nosocomial infections.
Okay.
But you know what? When I was doing some research behind it, because you know I'm a microbiologist, so I've been a little bit. This is like one of my passions, you
I
know,
know,
because
I know.
I love micro. So when I did my research, you know, it's not just hospital-acquired infections anymore. You know, it's actually in any institution
Yeah.
that you're going to be at. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so you kind of
know?
scared me with the daycare.
I know.
'cause that's where he's
well,
been.
that's why
where
I
he's
figured
at.
I'll send you that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it really piqued my interest because I didn't know much about the topic prior, and then when you gave me that, you know, little tidbit about the daycares, I started doing more research. I started seeing that it was also hospitals, and because I'm all into like, you know, nutrition when it comes to children, neonatal care and stuff.
Right.
So it's really interesting,
Yeah, definitely.
and it's kind of scary, you know, because I didn't realize how big of a topic this was.
Oh yeah, it's a big.
Because I don't know anybody who's had this issue. Anybody, friends of friends, no. It's never
Yeah.
came up until, you know, I've been speaking with you.
Well, I know quite a few.
Yeah.
You know, I've been around a little longer than you, so unfortunately.
That's okay, that's okay.
Even though I look pretty good for my age, you know.
Look awesome.
I know. I can't wait. And I could love to share, but I'm not going to say. I have my friends laughing at me over there, but we're going to come over to you all in a
Oh,
minute.
we're going to get you girls.
You want to share about some passion, or you already shared? Or
I
you
share
wanna-
my passion. I mean, I did mention my grandparents not being so well, and I started to get into nutrition, but I really want to focus on nutrition on a children's standpoint because this is where our future is. People our age, if we can try to change their ways, that'd be great, but I know if you can start them mighty young, since now it's becoming a big issue among them. You know, childhood obesity and, you know, diseases that doesn't make any sense that they have so young, you know, and that they're not living. I mean, some studies have shown that they're not going to live past, you know, our ages that we are now. You know,
Yeah.
so that's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
So that's where my drive is to go to schools and, you know, go to communities and educate them.
Right.
Even from breastfeeding is very important.
Well, it's the parents, really.
Yes.
You have to educate the parents because the parents don't know better, and then the
Yeah.
kids can't do better.
There is,
you know,
there
so
is
it's
I
very
think
so
a
sad.
city program that's out now where I guess they have certain specialized schools where nutritionists go. They do like a program where they go into the classroom, they do like a hands-on activity with the children. They do a hands-on activity with the teachers to implement what they taught the children. And then after, it's okay, put it on silent. We forgot we was live, right? And then the nutritionists, they have like a after-school program where they speak with the parents. So they try to hit every, you know, level they get with, from the children to the teachers to the parents to educate them about healthier eating habits. So I haven't figured out the actual name to the program, but I sat in one of them It was my birthday, and I decided to take a half day. So my aunt told me to come check this out, and I thought it was interesting. I spoke with a nutritionist, and I thought what they was doing is awesome because she said to me how the children make up a lot of the decisions in the household. You go to the market, because from the commercial, oh, mommy, I want this, I want that. But if you teach them healthy habits, they'll grab healthier choices, and then it won't be such a struggle with you as a parent trying to fight them to eat right. So if you teach them in school, since they're there half of the day, before they come home, you start there. So I said that was very smart.
Yeah, no, you have to. Well, it's so sad, but it's kind of crazy. But that's going to be a topic too. We're going to have to talk about that.
Yeah,
We have so many topics, and what's happening is I noticed when we talk about something, we just kind of touch on it a little bit.
Yeah,
and
we
then
got to really get into.
Yeah, we're going to have to do like a series on weight, a series on autoimmune, a series on women's issues, a series on
those. Very big issue that we have to, we're facing right now.
Yeah, very important things, So I'm going to just touch on my other friends over here for now because we're going to have to come back to you all. But real quickly, hi, Marlene.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad you're back.
Thank you.
Okay. And then we have April. She's a new friend, Because I know that I'm going to share you all's passions because that's what you do. I know Marlene already shared her passion. But, we're going to touch on her passion again. But I'm going to talk to April, but we're going to have to break in like 1 minute. Or no, right now. So, wait a minute. Oh, shucks. Okay. April.
Yes.
So, what's your passion for life?
My passion for life is a condition called endometriosis.
Okay.
I was diagnosed 4 years ago with stage 4 endometriosis, and I didn't take it as seriously as I should have because, number one, I never heard of it. Number two, I didn't know how to spell it. And number three, I did not know no one else in this whole entire world that had it.
Right.
So I really didn't think that it was as serious until after my first laparoscopic. I went back 10 months later for my second one, and that one was 6 hours long.
Oh my.
So that was when I decided that it was actually something that I needed to take a little bit more seriously. And with me being in the healthcare profession, it was best for me not to only help other people, but to start helping myself. So that's when I turned into, okay, having a condition, to turn it into more a healthier and do more about health and wellness. So my whole passion is completely making sure that even though I have something, I'm still going to be healthy with the condition that I have.
Right, exactly.
So that's basically how everything sums it up as a whole of what my passion is.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we're going to talk about, you said you were in the health and wellness, so we're going to have to discuss that. And then we're going to share some more, and then Marlene, but we are definitely going to go on a break right now.
Okay.
So we will be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends. And I'm Dee.
And I'm Aisha.
And we were talking to some of our friends that were sitting on the couch. And, well, we could get back to you, April, because I really want to find out what you said you were in healthcare. So what are you doing with healthcare? Because,
we're in healthcare.
yeah, we're all in healthcare. We're all in healthcare,
Well, right now I'm a CNA. I've been a CNA for, 8 years. I
Okay.
had to count that. I've been a CNA for 8 years, and I just recently graduated with my bachelor's degree.
Oh,
as
congratulations.
a medical technologist.
All right.
So I plan to specialize in hematology and blood banking.
Okay.
Post boards. But yeah, so that's what my passion is as far as the healthcare is concerned. But I do want to go more into research because, like you like the microbiology stuff. I like the organisms and stuff like that too. So I want to, further my education and research as well.
Okay, excellent. And then with the endometriosis, you have gotten that under control right now.
Right, and that was the main reason why I wanted to go back to school for research because of conditions like endo. We call it endo for short.
Okay.
Because some of us can't pronounce it.
Yeah,
So we call it endo for short.
Okay.
But, conditions like that, we don't know what causes it. It spreads like cancer, why it's there. So with stuff like that, with more research, you're able to figure out what triggers it, number one, and how you can prevent it so that it won't go to stage 4 because now they're finding more in adolescents.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
That's how it starts because that's how I went undiagnosed for so long because it starts when you're young and they don't find it until you're an adult. Mm-hmm. So now they're doing more research now to try and stop it. If you're at stage 1 versus stage 4, it's more easier. But to get back to your question, it's definitely under control. I'm so excited.
That's a blessing.
It's March, made 2 years since my last surgery.
Okay.
I completely changed surgeons. He's into holistic medicine. So yeah, I had to. I cried when he gave me. It was a sheet of do's and don'ts, and I was devastated. I was like, chocolate? Wait, no. Do you understand? I eat chocolate every night at work. Like this is a problem. But I started realizing my pain levels vastly decreased when I started changing my diet. So no soy, gluten-free, no red meat at all, and I was okay with the red meat because a lot of my friends was like, no steak, like nothing. But I was never that type of person. I was like, no, but there's healthy alternatives.
Right,
It's not like I
exactly.
can't not eat food, but it's just the consumptions of what I eat that I'm
Definitely.
changing. And I've definitely seen a difference because, you know, I don't have the normal symptoms, but the pain in my legs and the nausea and stuff like that. I really realized that once I really stayed on a regimen for at least 2 months,
Right.
you see a difference because, you know, sometimes you wait a week, 2 weeks, and you're like, this is not working. Like, I'm still in pain, I'm
Right.
still fatigued, I'm still dizzy. But when you continue on a consistent basis of doing something repeatedly, you know, it's a process and
Exactly.
progress, you actually do see a difference. So I'm so grateful and so happy.
Well,
Yeah.
that's when you came out on Monday and came out to our lifestyle center, and you heard about the AGEs.
Yeah.
That's all about
It all, yeah.
it all
ties in
yeah,
with
it
each
definitely
other.
all
Yeah,
ties in.
it does.
You know.
It does.
So we're gonna talk a little bit to Merlene, and then we're going to talk about our subject because the time just kind of flies. You know, we have,
You have fun.
it's a good time. So Merlene, how you doing? Welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here today.
Thank you. I'm doing great.
You're doing great.
Yes.
We missed you too.
I know last week was the worst, but I'm trying not to go back there because I don't want to talk negative at no time.
Oh no, everything's
You
good.
know?
You know, and because you're at Sickle Cell Foundation, and actually, I didn't even realize it is Sickle Cell Foundation, Sickle Cell month.
Yes, it
This
is.
month.
wow.
September
So,
is
you know,
on Sickle Cell Month.
We're talking about nosocomial and what have you, but you know, and I know you might have a story. So, but but we're gonna get into that a little bit, but because we're gonna explain about what nosocomial is and what have you. But you know, so how you been now?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
I'm just looking forward to our dinner,
Uh-huh.
our annual dinner, because that's our fundraiser
Right.
we do every year
Right.
for our scholarship for young people. Because it's important when you have sickle cell. You're in the hospital so long and so many times that you miss school.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't catch up
Right.
with your education, even though they make provisions for you.
Right.
So what we do is this fundraiser every year, October 25th this year, at the Black Spectrum Theater.
Right,
We
I
have
got
a
my
dinner.
ticket.
All right then. We have a dinner then, a dinner and a play, Caribbean, oh boy, chili, a bowl of chili, a Caribbean drama.
Okay.
It's really from Jamaica. It's a wonderful play. We saw the excerpt for it.
Okay.
And the proceeds from that play is what we donate to young people, for lucky young people to go to college.
Excellent.
That we're excited about.
Very good.
So, as I said, October 25th, you can go to my website. There's SCAF Corp. I mean, it's just a synonym for Sickle Cell Awareness Foundation Corp International. It's a long process, but you just use SCAFCORP@yahoo.com.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, you know, you can hashtag and all the latest.
you know how to
yeah,
hashtag?
No.
You can just hashtag, you know,
You have
and go
to
to my
hashtag.
right
I'm
and
so
go to
mad
my
at
web, go to the
hashtagging.
website, and no, or you can call us 718-657-3173, or my cell 917-373-8434, and support us. We need the support because we can never do this alone.
Well,
You know.
I know it's a very, very wild cause for, it's so important. And a lot of people don't really realize that, because they don't do as much research, unfortunately, because it's not affecting as many people, you know, so, and because it's a black disease, you know,
Right,
unfortunately.
right.
But it's not really, but,
Right.
you know.
It's not really a black
But no,
disease, you know.
and we're going to
That's
get
how they
into that.
categorize
Yeah,
it.
but they
Yes.
categorize it exactly. But you know, we will definitely have to focus a whole episode about sickle cell. You know, and genetic diseases and what have
Yeah,
you,
because
know.
people are dying every day with sickle
Yeah,
cell. It's
yeah.
just that people are not talking about it.
Yeah.
I just lost a friend last month after having a baby,
Right.
the 17th of last month, and 2 days later, imagine they sent her home 2 days after having the baby.
Right.
She got chest syndrome, went into multiple organ failure.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about that is that doctors ought to know.
Yeah.
You have sickle cell, You just had a baby.
Yeah.
Why are they sending you home this quickly?
Your body's under stress, and
Very much
it's
so.
not ready
And-
to go. You
and-
need to be monitored.
Right, and then not only
definitely.
that, if something happens, you do not have anything at your house that
Right.
can address the situation.
right.
By the time she go into organ failure, she was too far from there to the hospital. There's no way she can make it.
Yeah.
And we lost her. Now she had the little baby. No mom. You know how sad that is?
And see, and people are dying from all the,
Every day,
you know, from
every day, yeah.
hospital, you know, malpractice and hospital-acquired diseases, and that's why we're discussing this today. You know, we're going to be discussing about our nosocomial infections, hospital-acquired
Yes.
diseases. I think you were reading, and how many thousands or
Wait, I had to
Yeah.
get the actual statistic.
Yeah.
And this is from the CDC.
right?
Wow.
1.7 million.
My goodness.
Wow.
Million.
People in what, a year have died from nosocomial infections?
99,000 deaths each year.
Each year.
Each year.
Yeah.
So that's annually. That's
Right.
what they're projecting
Oh,
to
my
happen
God.
every single year.
I know that actually my grandmother passed away from a nosocomial infection. You know, now nosocomial infection is, what is it?
okay.
Let me do my research. Well, they basically said it's an infection that is usually acquired within 72 hours of hospitalization, exposure, and it can be caused by a lot of different factors. You know, bacteria, fungus. You can be caused. Oh, my eyes! And see, since I'm a microbiologist, even viruses and a lot of different vectors will cause hospital-acquired infections. So my grandmother, C. difficile, is a bacteria, which actually is, it doesn't, the bacteria is not what causes the infection. It's actually the toxin that starts to develop. And the toxin, it turned her body into, she got colitis. And it was so intense that her little body, which she was 101 years old,
Yeah, no.
you know,
Too much
it
on
was
the body.
it was so sad, you know, because she had gone through an operation. She had broke her hip, and she had gone through the operation with no problems whatsoever. Was in the hospital for about maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Did some, well, as much as she could because her body was very weak, and we didn't want to put her on a lot of medication. So because she really didn't tolerate. So she was on Tylenol, trying to get well. But of course, you're 101.
Right.
You do not really, you know, mend your body like
Right.
It'll come
we-
back
you
Yes,
real
know,
fast.
yes.
yeah, you know. So I was giving her beverages and natural stuff, and she was taking a Tylenol, and she was trying to do rehab. But by 3 weeks, I was like, they were ready to release her. And, you know, hindsight, I should have just said, go home. You know, go home. But I said, well, I'll put her into rehab at another institution, and hopefully it'll be good. Well, they put her in a room that somebody occupied with C. difficile.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay? So that didn't actually mess her up. They put her in a bed that somebody occupied with C. difficile. Okay? And the C. difficile, which is Clostridium difficile, she ended up getting, like, her WBCs went up to, I think, was 43,000. And she, by the time she got admitted to the hospital, they were like,
Too late.
most people will not recover from this. And I'm talking, she had colitis. They would have to usually do an operation to try to, you know, if you were
Right.
young or
But
not.
with her age.
You know, but her
yeah.
age was not going to happen at that point. She ended up stroking like 3 days after, and she was non-responsive for about that time. And they start giving you heparin, they give you all these kind of things, and she wasn't
Yes.
the fluids weren't even coming out. So you're looking at her just blowing up, and
It's
I
like
didn't even
bloated,
realize
yeah.
they were giving her heparin.
Oh, man.
It was just devastating,
Yeah.
you know. And she did come back because I put the beverage that I use in her feeding tube, and girlfriend came out of her little non-responsive take. I guess she was in a coma or something, but she came out of that, and she tried to talk, but
It was never
The damage
same.
was
it wasn't the
done.
same. Yeah, her body just,
Couldn't-
she went to sleep, and she, passed, but it was so devastating to see
Yes.
somebody go through so much, and because it's kind of crazy, all the different bacteria that are out there that can cause you to really get sick. Okay, so that's my little story, and I have more, but of course I'm going to let you all share. So we're going to have to take a break. So we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends. And I'm Dee.
And I'm Aisha.
And actually, we have a call, our first call. How exciting. Who do we have on the call?
Hi, this is Tanisha.
Hi, Tanisha. Is that
How are
Tanisha, my old co-host from last week?
Yes, it's your old co-host.
Oh,
right.
what are you doing? I thought you were supposed to be here.
I decided to be a spectator today.
Oh, okay. Well, I miss you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe next time. We'll see.
Okay. I know. She kept on saying, we'll see, and then she didn't come. So, what's your question?
So my question is, you were saying that your grandma had the nosocomial infection. She had the C. diff. But where did she get that from?
Well, what happened was when she was in the nursing home, she ended up being put in, well, when I didn't realize that she was actually put in a room that the person that occupied previously had C. difficile. And when I went there, I saw this big old sign saying that infectious. I'm like, well, what is that? Oh, nobody in the room has C. difficile. So all of a sudden, come to find out, the person that occupied the bed had C. difficile. So when they took her to go to the bath, they took the sheets off the bed and covered her with the sheets.
Oh, no.
And so the next day, she wasn't feeling good.
Oh,
And the next day, that's when she got the C. difficile. So apparently, when they didn't
It
wash
was
the bed down
contaminated.
properly, what happens is you have really got to wash anybody that has been in like a bed, or even the what's it called, the blinds and every place, everything has to be washed. You know, bleached,
Yeah, I was just gonna
infection
say that
control.
Disinfected.
whenever they,
disinfected. Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
what it's what we
basically,
call a
she got
terminal
it
clean.
from
Hold
the
on.
place not being clean. So the spores got into her system.
Exactly. And April was going to chime in and say,
Yeah, whenever you have a patient that has any type of MRSA, C. diff, when those patients or patient is out of that room, they have something that's called the terminal clean.
Mm-hmm.
So the blinds, the divider, if it's a
Everything,
two-patient
yeah.
room, everything has to be completely
curtains,
removed.
everything. Yeah.
Has to use completely Clorox because you know there's different types of
Yes.
wipes you can use in the hospital. You have to use the completely Clorox and wipe down the whole entire place because the microorganisms not only live in the bed, but it also travels in the sheets and stuff too, especially if the patient can walk. So you don't even know if the patient that pre-existed there was bedridden or if they can actually walk and go to the bathroom,
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
that actually spreads with them
Right.
ambulating within the room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So would it be the same thing that, say, if there were multiple patients that had MRSA or VRE, that these patients will actually be bedded together instead of having
are.
to share with a person that did not have this infection?
And see, that's how they're supposed to do it. They are actually, like my father ended up with MRSA and VRE, which we're talking MRSA and VRE. So what's MRSA? MRSA is methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Okay, that's a big 4 words, right? So they call it MRSA. So, and it's staph that is actually colonized on your body all the time. But guess what? When you get too much antibiotics in your body, what happens is they get resistant. And now we have
work
actually
anymore.
methicillin-resistant Staph aureus. But that now they're and the only thing that when you have methicillin Staph aureus you can treat is vancomycin. And now they're even having vanco-resistant Staph aureus.
And that's a
So
problem.
that is really a problem, you know, because what do you treat something like that, you know? And they're colonized with that. And then VRE is vanco-resistant enterococcus. And those are the top. Those 3 are the top. But you can get funguses. You can get which is aspergillus. You can get candida, all kinds of candida. You can get enteroviruses and all kinds of viruses. You can even get mycobacterium, which is like TB or fortundum or all kinds of mycobacteriums, which will cause a lot of issues with you, and respiratory issues and make you die. You can definitely die from it. But with my grandma, and she was strong. She was so strong, and to see her, just like all of a sudden that morning when I went to see her, and I happened to take off that day, and I saw she wasn't herself. And I called the doctors and they just didn't come. And I kept on saying, you need to come and check out my grandma. Something's not right. And they finally came about 3 o'clock, and they took her blood. And I was there all day. And the blood at that point was probably I think it was about 20 or 30. And by the time she got to the hospital, she was 43 at least 43,000 WBCs, which is
so
so
high,
unheard
yes.
of. So unheard of. So, Tanisha, let me tell you, it hurt me so bad to see her like that. You know, it was like, whoa. And she tried, you know, and then her body just shut down, you know, and then she had that stroke. They called me and they said she had a stroke. And I'm like, what? And they like, we think she had a stroke. But, and so her body just, you know, you couldn't even tell.
She
And
wasn't
at that
able to
point,
fight it.
then she got non-responsive for about maybe 3-4 days until I put that beverage in her feeding tube. But by this time, her
too
body
late.
was so toxic, and it couldn't fight itself. Because I do believe if she had more time and didn't put that heparin, you know, to her and what have you, because they treat everybody the same. You know, unfortunately, it's like
doesn't
it's
work for
a
everybody.
formula that they treat you. Okay, everybody's supposed to take heparin, and everybody's supposed to take some kind of thing, Pexid, so that your body, you know. I'm like, if you don't need it, why take it? You know, oh, well, just because you're laying there and you may have a clot or this, that, and the other, or you may develop this, or you may, yeah.
They're
You know,
speculating. Yeah.
And it's like, that's not cool. That's not cool. Just because, no. You know, if you don't really need it, don't give it to me. I'm sorry. No.
Dee, my second question is, okay, so you said that her, I guess, TBC, she had high white count. What are other diagnostic tests that a person will be able to take, or that the hospital will give the person in order to diagnose these nosocomial infections?
But that C. difficile in particular, it's a PCR reaction. They take the stool, and they also do, I think it's a serology test, but they also do PCR, and they will see that the patient has that particular bacteria. In terms of the VRE and the, what's it called, methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, MRSA, they will do probably swabs. And depending on where you're colonized, sometimes people are just colonized, have it on in their noses, in their mouths, or like in their respiratory sputum or what have you, different sites. But in terms of my grandmother, it was definitely, they did probably PCR, but I'm not exactly sure because they take the stool and they'll take that stool and do a testing on it specifically.
For somebody who doesn't understand what PCR is, can you
Oh,
explain?
oh gosh, you know, I'm not a molecular person. But I think PCR is, what is it? You remember?
Polymerase chain reaction.
What is it?
It's I'm going to say it wrong, polymerase chain reaction.
Polymerase chain reaction. Okay.
What does that mean?
And basically they're just titering out, because the different viruses have different titer amounts, so they're just titering out the swab or whatever, you know, collection material that they have to see what actual virus they have.
Right.
Okay.
Like, say, like MRSA, the titer is 2 and VRE is 14 based on the PCR. The
Okay.
levels of the actual testing, that's how they diagnose which actual strain of whatever the virus is,
Well, that's a bacteria, so
or whatever it is.
yeah. Because molecular is not my thing. Okay, I don't know about nothing molecular. So somebody can call in with that. They can tell me. Yeah, we'll have to go there. But micro, I'm good.
Right, okay.
But excuse me, I know you're smart. Thank you, Tanisha. I appreciate that. Thank you for that question too. You know, I could have avoided that one, you know, just a little bit. But yeah, actually PCR is one of those upcoming things, upcoming tests that they only need a little bit and they can tell a lot. And PCR, they're using it in regards to all kinds of testing, bacteria, viruses, hepatitis. It's amazing stuff, you know, and it's up and coming, and it's big, you know. I just don't know nothing about it. How much you know about it? Hello?
What you say? I'm sorry.
I said, how much do you know about it?
Nothing, just what I just told you.
Okay. Okay, well, Miss Tanisha, you coming out next week?
I may be there.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just call in because this is a lot more fun than actual being there.
Oh, okay. Well, no, we're not going to take your call. Anyway, so we got to go to a break, and we will be right back.
Okay.
Bye.
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 For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
You know you already want a Toyota, but when you want more from your Toyota store, you want Smithtown Toyota, where every Toyota comes with Smithtown Toyota's Toyota for Life program, giving you lifetime New York State inspections, lifetime 10% discounts on all parts and service, 2 years of complimentary oil changes, 2 years of scheduled maintenance, and more, all at no cost to you, plus low clear-out deals on every Toyota in stock. Get more from your Toyota store. Hurry to Smithtown Toyota.
I'm Tommy Marr. I'm down in St. Bart's having a good time. A lot of people at this time, they like to go have a little cocktail. But you know what I do? I'm going to watch MadhouseTV.com. You got that right.
Welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends.
You're D.
I'm D. Oh,
Are
yeah.
you sure?
Almost did it. Almost got through the whole show without no issues, right? But no. Okay, whatever.
It's all good.
It's all good. So, well, Tanisha's gone, so we're just going to get back to our little conversation, you know? So, it's kind of scary, you know, in terms of what's going on right now. And now, you know what? It's even worse now because it's not just in hospitals. Okay, we have actually moved on to even when you go to on a plane
in the restaurants
or in the restaurants or even at the
nurseries,
the daycares
and the clinics
and the schools, you
everywhere.
know, every place.
I guess in environments where there's a bunch of folks.
I was just about to say that because I love Dr. Oz, but he had this show about microorganisms, and he had asked various questions to the audience, and one of the questions was about the bathroom. So the question is, do you go to the bathroom that's closest to the door, or do you go to the one that's furthest from the door? And the answer was, you're going to go to the one that's furthest from the door because the people that's closest to the door, everybody is waiting to just go right there. So everyone's hands and everything is touching the doors, and you're having so many different microorganisms and stuff there versus the person that will just, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way far because I can wait, and I know that I don't want to deal with what's sitting in door
Exactly.
number one, door number two,
Yeah.
and I'll just go all the way down to the hall. And I was just like, wow, I kind of thought that it would be opposite for some reason, but they was just like, no, it actually makes sense mentally, because especially when you have a child, you're just gonna be like, okay, you know what, I
get in
can
there.
just go right in and
Yes.
just let your child just go ahead and go to the bathroom, and you're not really taking into consideration how much other microorganisms you're having, because everyone is constantly going to these bathrooms versus the one further down. And I was just like, wow. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
It's very scary. It's very scary, because I know with myself, I actually was at church, and I had to go to one of the mega churches. And when I went to church one day, I was sitting next to this young lady, and she was hacking and carrying on. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I happened to have some of my beverage with me, and I was like, well, because I can't sit there and watch somebody, just hack, So I said, would you be adverse to trying this? It might help what you're going through. So she said, no, not at all. So I gave her some, and she actually drank it right then and there, and she did get some relief. And then she told me she actually was a daycare provider, okay? Oh, wow. And she actually kept her colds. She could not be without colds at that point, because the kids could come in and they got
and
a little
spread
this
from
and the
one
other,
to the other.
And she kept a cold for the last 5 years. She would always have something, just a little something, And so she actually brought some of my product, because she realized that, it was just a proactive move, and she felt better with it, And even like when I went into the hospital last year, I started using certain protocols before I went to prepare myself. That's something that I feel people need to do, It's like people are not really like realizing that they need to take care of their bodies. Just like they do the cars,
the immune system.
Exactly. You got to have certain things in your body every day, because you're doing you're eating foods that aren't right for you. You're doing certain things that aren't really good. I avoided having an infection. Usually I will end up in a hospital, and I will have some kind of respiratory thing coming out, or what have you. Even like flying. I always would come home with something,
So much germs.
So much germs. They can't clean like you would clean, and you're sitting there, and the pillows and all that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, it's scary. So you have to be really, really careful.
I want to touch on two things. One, like if you're going to go in the hospital, like if this is like surgery, in anticipation to have, normally you want to start eating a certain way prior, because what happens is what you consume in the meantime, you build your immune system up, that when you come out, you have a fighting chance to healing more properly. Okay, so the next topic. Okay, so we spoke on the hand sanitizer a while ago. All this germ talking and stuff. My son is always getting sick, and my sister, she's a hand sanitizer queen. It's in her bag.
No way.
At the doctors now, they have it in there between, hand washing. You can do this as
using
well.
that at all. I'm
so all
sorry.
this spreading of germs is very scary for me.
You know what? And we time has just fly. So and this is very important. So it's all about soap.
Soap and
you
water.
need soap.
And water.
Real soap, So and I
Forget
guess we're going to
the
have to talk about this
sanitizer, right.
again, okay? Yeah. Not next week, but we're going to have to bring this back and, maybe flow it back, because this is important.
It is,
people
very
really
much
know
so.
about what's going on. But soap, use soap. Be aware of your environment, and start, just doing the right thing for your bodies and everything like that. And
but the bad thing is that with us, we know soap and water is good, but that's only in the bathroom. When we're on the go and we have somebody like, who's hacking up stuff. I was on a train last week because I wasn't driving then. And this guy was just coughing, wasn't covering his mouth, and I'm standing in front of him, and everybody around was looking at him, and I'm like, I'm not going to be the one to say something, so I'm going to
you just kind of walk away,
try
to get away.
But it's like, okay, I just felt so contaminated when I got off the train.
I know.
And
but then when you get home, you got to wash. You got to
everything, your clothes and
at that
everything.
moment, I wanted to shower.
Yeah,
but
you have to. You have to.
You can't carry the soap and water with you.
No, but you have, and the sanitizers are good for that, but it doesn't work on C. difficile at all,
Okay.
you know, and I had to let doctors know because the doctors don't realize, and that's how it transmits, you know, because doctor will go and they'll come in and shake your hand and this, that, and the other, and don't even
do that
think
all the time.
about
Yep.
washing the hand in between, and then go to see your
Yep.
your
And then they put
parent
the
or what have you.
gloves
They're too
on
busy,
the
they're not
dirty-
conscious
and the
of
gloves
it.
or what
gloves on
have
the
you.
dirty,
Yeah.
and
But,
then
you
liquid
know-
soap, not just soap, but liquid soap.
Yeah.
if
So this
possible.
subject is really, really good. But, and we're going to have to go back to it.
Okay.
But I see our time is
Already?
almost over.
Yeah.
You know, we have, so.
We're just getting started.
I know, we're having fun.
You're talking. Yeah.
But, you know, it's important. And
It's a lot
that's
of
what
good
we're
information, you know,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Once
Yeah.
you,
So next week, what we're going to be talking about is going to be female issues, you know, genital female issues. So,
GYN issues.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like how she said it,
GYN
Yeah.
issues, you know. And so I'm just going to go really quickly and see, got anything going on this weekend?
I'm like any GYN issue.
You going to doctor?
When we went into that, I'm like, this weekend was coming up. Oh, my brother just turned 13 yesterday, so we had we ate out. So we're gonna
Yeah, I
take
saw that picture.
Yeah,
I saw the
he's
kings
so
and all that.
big. I'm looking at my son like I know when you was this small and now you're this big. It's just oh my god.
okay.
So we'll be celebrating on Saturday,
Okay,
going
that's
out.
cool. That's cool.
And then Sunday, just trying to relax after this whole crazy weekend stuff.
Well, I'm going to be coming back out here, and I'm supposed to be on Shellers and Body Mechanics
during
for
the
a few
weekday.
minutes. Yeah, just for a few minutes to tell about my business and I
Yeah.
guess the show, you know, and
All right,
sharing and what have you about my friends, and it's going to be cool. And then I got invited to go to a dinner. I don't even know. I just met this young lady. She's so cool, and she called me up and she thought about me. She wanted to know about my scanner, and so I was like, okay, sure, we're going to go out and do a girls' night and what have you, and share some stuff.
Cool.
And then we also have our Monday meeting over at the Lifestyle Center, and that's 33-14, what is it, Queens Boulevard in Long Island City, 11101. And if you all need anything, you want to get in contact with me, because I don't have a telephone number yet, but you can call. Contact us with Passion for Life with D and Friends at gmail.com. So you can send me an email and you can contact any of us, you know, about endometriosis, about the sickle cell, about
Nutrition.
and about
What else?
All right.
everything,
Yeah,
you know,
that
your
is it.
passion.
Yep.
So if you want to get in contact with us, that's Passion for Life with D and Friends at gmail.com. So,
All right.
and
And you have a Facebook,
oh yeah, I do.
the page.
Oh, okay.
It's it's brand new, but I'm gonna help her with it a little bit.
Yeah, she's gonna have to
I'ma
help me with
her
that
a
for
little
sure.
bit. And that's Passion for Life.
It's Passion for
with
Life with D and Friends.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's on
just-
Facebook.
Yeah, that's on
Okay.
Facebook. Yeah.
You can find us there.
You can find us? Okay.
All right
Okay.
then.
Yeah, type
Find
it
us
in.
and like
right.
us.
And like us. Oh, yeah. So we'll be back next week.
Yes.
Wow. A whole month has gone by. Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
It goes by quick.
It goes by.
It goes by quick.
I wasn't sure whether we were going to make it, but at least we're going to come back one more month.
All right then.
She
God
knew we
is
was gonna
good.
make it.
We're going to make it one more month, and hopefully we're going to get some help, you know, because we got to pay the bills.
Talk about your sponsors.
Oh yeah, we need some sponsors.
We need sponsors,
We
yes.
need sponsors. I don't know how to do this, but we need some
We'll figure
help.
it out. We'll figure it
So
out.
you know, if you like us, you know, talk to us.
Help us out.
Help us out, so we can keep on sharing all this information. This is important.
Very
you know,
important.
very important stuff we're doing, and you know, this is our passion. So we want to
And
continue
we
our
need
passion
the
for
funds
life,
to do it.
and we need the money. Yeah. Oh,
need the
Berlin's like, yes, we need
Yeah,
it.
we need funds. Yeah. Keep us going.
Yeah. So we're going to be signing off, and
Not right now.
so thanks for joining us, and Passion for Life with D and Friends.